How you doing? All right?
I'm all right. I've got my tea.
Good. Decaf?
No.
Or
Yes.
herbal?
Herbal, peppermint, spiced peppermint, peppermint and spiced green tea with nettle. It sounds revolting, but if you put loads of sweetener in it, it's fine. How you been?
It's been a tough week, like busy and other stresses and stuff. Today sucked. Like literally, the anxiety got pretty bad to a point where I thought I was going to have a panic attack. I could feel it building up, and when I get that, sometimes my breathing goes really shallow and slow, and I was struggling to try and find a breath.
Yeah.
But again, I just tried to breathe through it and then just stood up and started doing stuff. So you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been all right. I mean, I've had moments where I've had floaters in front of my eyes, ringing in my ears just intermittently. It's not all the time. It's just suddenly, bit of chest pain. But I've just gone to the stables, done the horses. I mean, I've got ear ringing now as we're talking.
Yeah, really? Do you get it? Do you have that all the time then?
Pretty much, yeah.
Is it like the low pitch? The low pitch noise.
It feels like it's like an electrical sort of.
All right, that's different to what I had, because I had like a thumping, like a low, that noise sort of thing. And it's like worse when I was driving, and when I finished driving or whatever, it would be in this ear, just like.
Oh,
yeah.
Weird.
But I did read up on that, and it was one of the symptoms.
Yeah, I mean, mine, to be honest, the ear ringing started as soon as I started sertraline, and it can be a side effect of the medication.
Yeah, I think mine started before I took it. I think. But I'm not sure whether it was something to do with, when I had the COVID and it was all built up in my ears and my chest and everything. I was just like, might be damaged from there or something.
Who knows? But I mean, any symptom you get, just look at that anxiety centre. It's all on there. Honestly, every single symptom I've had, including hearing loss. I mean, I've been out somewhere just not thinking about anything in particular. Be talking to someone, and then suddenly I get like someone's just blocked one ear up, and then but then it goes away again. It's just bizarre. But it's where the brain can control all these things. It's malfunctioning at the moment. So
How are you on terms of dizziness at the moment? Because you said it was gone almost.
Mine's a weird one. Because I don't really have PPPD anymore. It's more MDDS, which is mild advanced syndrome. But I haven't bothered to sort of change my channel name because I know that the diagnosis doesn't really make any difference because it's all neural circuits. So I haven't really focused too much on what it's called.
Yeah,
thanks to Dr. Yo and the Steady Coach, it really is just a symptom-based diagnosis. So they're just calling it what you're actually feeling.
Yeah.
So I am feeling persistent dizziness, but it's not when I walk. Whereas most people with PPPD, they feel better when they're still, and movement is hard. Whereas I'm the other way around. So I mean, you're able to sit there without any kind of. You don't need to move. You don't need anything to move you, but I do.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So that's why I have the massager on me, because the massager, I feel like that's controlling the movement rather than it coming from within me. So it's a masking device. It's a coping tool that I know that I need to, I need that removed in order to get better. And that's what I was saying in my last video. So I have kind of opened my channel up to MDDS because that is technically what I have.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't have it in the beginning, but it changed.
Yeah. Have you thought about maybe adapting it so you're more comfortable? Like, so you're saying, like, when you're sat there, the massage is sort of helping you. When you're walking around, do you still get them same feelings? Not at all.
Not anymore. No.
That's a good
Again,
thing,
this is the importance of regular walks, because I've taught my brain that walking's safe. So then it's like, right, okay, I still want you to have symptoms, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you symptoms now when you sit down. I mean, it's just, this is why I didn't bother changing it from PPPD, but I really need to include the MDDS community. And by the way, if anyone from my channel's watching right now, hi. I just want to make a comment, sorry, Steve. On yesterday, I did a live, my usual update, and people's comments were being removed.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, what the fuck? Sorry, can I say fuck? Sorry.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Fuckity fuck.
Yeah, which and it made it look like I'd removed the comment, and I hadn't. And people were just literally just telling me like that there's this guy called Kyo Dizzy who I already knew about from like a year ago, because we were both suffering exactly the same symptoms. He was probably doing 28,000 steps a day as well. He was just having to walk, or go in the car, and that was my life last year. Which is indicative that someone with PPPD wouldn't really do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where it differs. But yeah, so having people's comments removed, it made it look like I was doing it and I wasn't. So yeah, it's quite annoying that there's a couple of people that then piped up, well, you saw it anyway, that said I commented before and it got removed. And I'm like, God, I didn't even get a chance to see the comments. It's just gone.
Yeah.
So if you're going to talk about the COVID vaccine, must be YouTube. If you're going to talk about COVID vaccine, I just want to be clear now, I'm not anti-vaccine. I'm not. I just is one of the unfortunate people that happened to get a vestibular injury as a result of the second vaccine. And I'm going through a claim with the government at the moment for vaccine damage payment. And we're nearly at a conclusion. They've got all the evidence in from various different doctors that I've seen, and we're waiting to hear. Anything, if you want to comment about it, I don't want to sort of generate or adhere to any kind of conspiracy theory. It's just factual, and that's what's annoying me. I'm just saying what's happened to me, and people are commenting about that because it's happened to them too, and it's reassuring for them. It's like, oh my God, it happened to me after the vaccine too. I want to know what's happened with you. You know, if you want to communicate with me about that specifically, then please just follow me on Instagram. It's @D_Cutmore. That's all I have to say on the subject, because I just had to mention that because it's really, really annoying that was happening. You know, just I haven't even seen the comments. You know. Yeah, anyway,
that's not fair on the people that are commenting either. You know, to not get their say.
That's what I mean.
We live in a world of free speech, but the media.
But we don't.
Yeah, I shouldn't be saying this in there because I'd probably get censored myself, but I don't trust the media as far as I could throw them, to be fair. I don't know if you follow Russell Brand, do you? No. He's I've always had him. You know who he is, yeah? Yeah, you don't like him. I can say, all right. Yeah, I like him, but he speaks the truth about stuff, which I'm not going to say here because I'll get censored myself. But there's a lot of stuff that you would agree with now that he's bringing up to do with. Yeah.
You know, all I know is that if you're watching now and you're from my channel and we were talking last night, if this is Amanda or I can't remember your name, the guy that got his comment blocked, please just write in the comments and let us know you're here and say hi to us, because this is kind of, you know, important that we can talk about it maybe now and then I'll see the comment. But yeah, I don't really listen to a lot of people send me stuff about the vaccine, but I try to just ignore it because ultimately I know that's what caused it, but it's not what's keeps it going now.
Yeah.
That's not what's keeping it going. It's my fear and attention that's keeping it going.
It's almost like the vaccine or whatever was in it has brought emotions to the front view kind of thing, and it's enhanced it in a way, which is in a way it's a blessing, as I said. You know.
Stress, like what you said the other day. I don't know if it was when we were talking on the phone or what, but when you said a lot of stuff, when this first started for you, a lot of stuff happened at the same time. You know, a year before I had the vaccine, no, a year and a half before, I'd lost my mum, a year and a half before. Then I have the vaccine, and then it does something weird to my inner ear, causes BPPV, that develops into PPPD, that then develops into MDDS. And then I lose my dad, and then I go into hyperarousal, lose 6 stone in weight, end up with MDDS, so I can walk miles and miles and miles, but get me to sit on a chair and it's impossible.
Yeah.
Well, it's not impossible, but it's hard. You know, so, but there are some coping tools, like because I was having one-to-ones with the steady coach, and she was saying to me, look, just for now, because you're in such a state, just get an exercise ball and sit on that and rock in the way that you're moving on the inside. Can you identify how you're... It's a clock. So just to help you to eat your dinner, you know, I couldn't even eat. I was having to rock on a ball eating my dinner. I mean, it's ridiculous. But I went from that onto a massager.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm constantly finding it's just a maladaptation. I've got to work out how to just sit still. And you think it's the most easiest thing ever, and it's horrible. It's kind of cruel because you just can't, you know. Well, I suppose it's no different to people with PPPD that would just love to be able to go for a walk.
Yeah.
And they still can't do it. How is your dizziness? How is your dizziness?
It's still there in the background. I mean, there are things that bring it forward or make it worse. Like today's been pretty awful. But I sort of accept it, and then it sort of disappears and it sort of goes into the background for a bit. So like even sat here right now, I feel like sort of like I'm in the sea, say, but it's not as rough. It's quite calm. So I feel like I'm doing this, which is fine. It's swirling around my head.
You do feel it when you're... I'm sorry, I didn't realise. I didn't realise that you feel it when you're still too.
I can do. At the start, it was pretty horrific as well, because I remember when I had a doctor's appointment, I was sat in the waiting room, and literally I couldn't keep still. My legs were going up and down. I was shaking, and everything went numb. And I was like, "Oh God, I'm gonna have a panic attack in the middle of the thing here." And it's just hard, you know. But I try and distract myself. So if I'm doing a bit of computer work at work and stuff, I'll listen to music or just focus on something else while I'm doing that. And if I feel it coming on strong, then I'll get up and do other stuff. So I'm quite lucky to have that sort of job though, because I'm up and moving stuff around, and then I'm at the computer as well, so I get a bit of both. So yeah, but yeah, at the start it was horrific. Like I remember when I got put on that prochlorozyme, whatever it's called. I reacted terrible.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
I thought
wasn't that the one that's supposed to stimulate blood flow to your ears or something like that?
I haven't got a clue, but it's evil. I had it and I felt like I had Parkinson's. There was one night I was sat on the sofa, literally, I was doing this, like rocking back and forward, and I couldn't stop it. And I started freaking out, going, why is my body doing this? But I just literally went outside and ran, and it calmed me down. So
yeah, it would do. Yeah, it's changing body chemistry, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. That's what you need to do sometimes. Just, as I said to you last week, scream. Change the emotions in your body. Don't feel scared. Don't feel, just scream and get rid of the shit, basically.
Yeah. But we have come a long way from how we were. And I think I used to get up in the morning and I'd be like that on the bed, just to get up very slowly, moving my legs off the bed. And then I'd feel my head felt like a bowling ball. It felt like my head was going to fall off.
Yeah.
Actually, in my head just felt so heavy. It was like it was falling forwards. And I was just like, this is insane. And it would just force me to go back to bed again. And the steady coach said to me in a one-to-one, she was like, okay, dizziness is your brain's way of telling you stop.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you've got to figure out what it's trying to stop you from doing. And she's got the theory of it's trying to stop you from feeling emotions that you don't want to feel.
Yeah.
Whereas there's obviously some conflicting stuff going on, because that's what the steady coach says. But then Dan from Pain Free You, he's saying you don't need to worry about the emotions to get better.
That's right.
You just need to worry about the here and now and concentrate on what makes you feel safe now.
Mm.
So, oh, hi, whoever's just liked the video. Hi, who are you? I don't know who you are.
Then there's a comment below.
Say hi. Have you got a cup of tea?
Hopefully.
Dave's not got a cup of tea.
No, I've got, Fanta Zero.
I haven't had a Fanta for years. I'd really like to know what, I'm sure you would as well, what the people watching are experiencing. Have you got MDS or have you got PPPD? Like I said, I just feel like it wasn't any point in renaming it really, because it's just a nonsensical thing. It's going from one to the other for me. And it's the same for you, obviously, because you're sitting down, but you can tolerate a lot better. How did you, so the success chart that we saw from Dan Bublio, I think we've both got it on our community pages, haven't we? Mm-hmm. You said you were 5. And I was sort of umming and ahhing, because say I'm a 5 on the success chart, you'd have to sort of say I have no symptoms, and that's not true. I have symptoms all the time. So I'm not at a 5 yet.
So that's what I kind of said to you when I was speaking to you about it a bit earlier on, was I saw myself as a 5, but that's where I meant, like, sometimes you creep back into that 4 and you need to rebuild them bricks or so to get back to 5. Or if you were saying it was like a ladder, you slip down the ladder a bit, and that's natural. It's going to be, stress, like, from whatever in your life is going to add things that's going to make you slip for a bit. But you've got the tools to get back up quicker. And I was probably at 5, and now, like, recently I've probably slipped into 4. But I know, I'll just build myself up like you are, and just go back into 5 and keep going. And that's just,
what option do we have? I mean, like I said to you in my message earlier, I'm a cancer survivor. I'm not going to let this get me.
No.
I've survived that. I can survive this. And actually, I don't know if you saw my video yesterday, but the question you asked me last Monday.
Yeah.
At the end, you said, "What are you going to do to be positive about
it?"
Yeah. And I realised, well, I've got better before, so what more evidence do I need that everything's going to be all right?
Yeah.
I just need to I actually need to focus on the physio. I mean, it's very confusing for everyone, and I'm not sure that you're necessarily watching too much on YouTube to do with PPPD. Maybe not. I don't know. But there's so much content out there, and sometimes you can kind of be overwhelmed by the amount of helpful videos that the Steady Coach puts out, but it's all sort of specialists talking about different theories about the vagus nerve, and someone else talking about this, and someone else talking about inner child, and it's like, oh, do I deal with my emotions, or do I just have physiotherapy? Do I, and it's just, it can become a bit like, whoa. And I thought, no, I'm just going to. I've used the Steady Coach now. I've got what I needed from her, so I've shelved her for a little while.
Yeah.
And unless there's a recovery story, which I think is really important that she's doing these. I think it's amazing that she's doing these.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's Dan Buglio, a daily reminder when I feel low. But I'm not watching him every day. I don't really want to talk about PPPD or MDDS every day.
No.
So, I mean, how much content do you find yourself watching?
None anymore, really.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, because
I
did at the start. Like, I used to watch it all the time. And the same with all the different doctors and specialists I'd seen, I got in the same rut with that. So instead of watching thousands of different people, like, videos about what people are going through and what people are doing, then I filled it with loads of different specialists going, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe it's this. But that's the stuff where you need to come.
Wow. Your YouTube's just gone mental. What? Oh my God. What's going on with your YouTube? That's so weird. Your speech is just like doubled up. You sound like you've been possessed. Do we need an exorcism, guys? What's happened there? Steve, you with me? Ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to cut to a short ad break. Yeah. It's like you've been possessed.
Literally, I literally went back on YouTube to see what was going on, and I saw myself go like this. And then you were like, what's going on here? Yeah. Don't know what happened there. Literally.
Just while on the subject of paranormal and no one's actually watching.
Yeah.
I'll just show you what's on my wall. Can you see that?
Yeah. What the heck was that?
Ghost photo. Anyway, we're veering off the subject. We need to do another podcast about ghosts. I'm just going to stick you back on my doodah.
Yeah, we do actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I completely lost my train of thought. That was quite funny.
I think we were talking about the progression thing chart, which obviously I'm going to edit these videos together in another video and upload that, and I'll put the chart on there for everyone to see it. So it should be below any minute.
Yeah.
Because it'd be nice to see where everyone's at.
Definitely, and I can't help but feel sorry for people that don't understand the TMS approach and are just still being traumatised by the medical system. I mean, how many specialists did you see? Count them. How many did you see and what ones did you see?
Well, I'll try and remember them all because it's been a while. So, chiropractor, upper cervical chiropractor, general therapist, which is the weird guy I was on about, which actually made a lot of sense in the end. You know, the one that taught me about
the somatic one.
Yeah. Because I just thought he was a loony at the start, but yeah, he was the best person I've ever met in terms of all that, and he taught me so much. It's, who else did I see? God, there's so many. Audiologist from the NHS, which took about 9 months in total to do all them tests. I also saw an audiologist from a private hospital, which looked in my ear and said there was nothing wrong, but he said we'll do an MRI anyway. He did the inner ear scan and then sort of a brain scan as well, kind of thing. And yeah,
that was horrible scan, wasn't it?
That one was horrific because the MRI thing was tiny, and it was like, with the anxiety I had at the time anyway, on top of the PPPD, I was literally like strapped in, like tight as anything, into this machine.
Me too. Yeah.
Which making noise. I hated it.
The noises were just horrendous, weren't they?
Yeah, really bad. But I had another one.
Neurologist.
Sorry.
Neurologist.
Yeah, neurologist. I also had another. I can't remember what he's called now, but he basically was checking my neck for because I had, like, before I went really dizzy, I pulled a muscle in the back of my neck, and I thought maybe something had gone there, like one of the plates sort of things.
Mm-hmm.
But that seemed fine. But that MRI was a lot better because it was just nicer. I didn't hear anything, and I was a bit more calm at that time because I think I knew what was coming. But yeah, I'd seen so many, and it was just, I shouldn't have done, I don't think. But then I wouldn't have found the guy that sorted me out pretty much and taught me about somatic stuff, and so I'm kind of glad I did.
You're lucky to find that guy. You were. Yeah.
He's sorry, carry on.
No. I mean, who actually diagnosed you? Who was the one that gave you the diagnosis of PPPD?
Probably the audiologist. He said it's probably PPPD, but he didn't. He said it was like a chronic. With the old name for it, I can't remember what it was called. Chronic something or other.
Subjective dizziness.
So, yeah, chronic subjective. Yes, the one. Yeah. So he gave me some movements to do. I can't remember what it was called now. It's been so bloody long. But I started doing them, and I tried to rush into it. Literally, instead of doing like he said, right, do the first two and I did the whole lot. And my symptoms went, whew, and literally, I felt worse than ever.
So funny. It's exactly the same experience as I've had.
Yeah.
Rushing through.
Yeah. That's just us as people, isn't it, I guess?
Yeah, and that's the problem. Can't do anything slowly. You've got to consciously slow down with everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like we're a tightly cold spring that's just suddenly gone. Brrr, you know? I mean, when I first saw my physiotherapist, she got me to do some sort of walking up and down the room and then closing my eyes and turning around and all this kind of stuff. And she gave me, she put some cups upside down on the floor and she asked me to do a slalom, like a figure of 8 around the cups. And I was doing it, and then she went, whoa. I said, what? She went, did I ask you to do that quickly? And I went, oh, was I doing it quickly? She said, who walks like that? Do you actually walk like that? And I was like, oh, for God's sake. She said, you're really, really, you need to slow down. I'm not asking you, you've got to do these exercises slowly. You've got to be in a calm state for your brain to learn. And it was at that point I said, okay, I need to shelve this for now. I need to get the medication to the right dose and then go back to it. So it's been a long process, and actually, in hindsight, I should have done things. I've done things the wrong way round because I had this for 1.5 years before I started the medication because I was terrified of taking it. But actually, I should have done the medication first, and then looked at doing the rest of it. So I've kind of done it in a backward way, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, you learn as you go along with these things. So you've got a physiotherapist as well?
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while now, but he has invited me back. He wants to do a video with me because, ironically, the Berkshire Hospital and stuff have got a hold of him because a lot of people are going through similar things as us. So they're asking him to do like a class, like a monthly or weekly thing about somatic therapy.
I wonder why that is.
Ain't got a clue. But yeah, so I'm more than happy to help, But so I will be seeing him again at some point soon because he was really good. But I started searching because we went on a family trip down to Devon, which I think I told you already, and it was a 3-hour drive, and I was like, that'll be fine. And literally after about 2 hours and a bit, I don't know if it went into a panic attack, but constantly I felt like I was being pulled to the side, to the point I was driving like this. I was like, what's going on here? And then the anxiety went bang, and I literally felt like I was going to collapse. So I quickly pulled across the motorway and onto the hard shoulder and just had to calm down. And again, during that holiday, I was a farm thing somewhere and watching a bird show thing, which obviously a lot of visual things again, sensations and that. But and I had another one, and I was like, it's embarrassing. And I remember limping out like I was pissed. And I spoke to Unique then, and she said, you need to get your anxiety looked at as well before you start the VRT. So I thought, sod this, and got hold of my lot again, and they sort of saw me again and said, right, yeah, we'll start you on this. And it's helped a lot. It's calmed me enough to be able to do stuff, which is what I'm happy for. But I'm not saying it's, you need to go on it, but I think you can get by without it, but some people will just need it for other stuff that they may be hiding subconsciously.
The frustration for me was that I got to September of 2021, where I'd had it since May. So May to September, I'd already recovered after about 2 months of having it. And then I was triggered back into symptoms. And in September 2021, I first spoke to the Steady Coach and one-to-ones. And I started to, she gave me the tools like the somatic tracking and the breathing. And I remember it actually working for me in the moment. I thought, yes, I've mastered this. And then it was only a month later that my dad got diagnosed with cancer. And then he died in January. So in that time, I'd started to get a handle on it. And then, wham, a massive life trauma comes in. My body just goes into hyperarousal, which I had so basically the thinking brain goes offline and it's just surviving on the primitive brain. So it's just keeping me alive, basically. So I was just, that's when I started to walk 28,000 steps a day. I was walking 12 miles a day. People in the village were looking at me like, are you all right? I was just getting so thin, and I couldn't really keep anything down. It was really bad. And I thought at that point, God, if there's something out there that would help me, why wouldn't I want to take it? Just take it.
Yeah.
So I had to time it right, and I just broke up a tiny little bit of a tablet, and I crushed it up, and I was like, drunk it, and then went off to my friends and just tried to forget about it. And then just built it up from there. And now I'm on 150. But the tinnitus has started since I started sertraline, but it doesn't bother me too much, to be honest. It's not. I think out of all the symptoms, the chest pain is the worst.
Yeah. I think that'll subside. I think that'll subside soon. I should hope. I mean, I didn't really. Every time I increased, I didn't really feel much difference, but I knew there was a difference. Yeah, I knew there was a difference, and I knew when I'd sort of leveled off. I think, but I guess it's different for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, talking about specialists, when I got diagnosed because I managed to figure out what was wrong with me, thanks to, I can't remember her name, but she's got a YouTube channel. She's a fashion influencer, and she suffered with PPPD, and it was her videos. I just Googled searched it, all my symptoms, and she came up and she was talking about having PPPD, and I was like, this is what I've got. This is it.
She wasn't a girl that went to uni, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen her as well.
Mixed race girl.
Yes. Yeah.
We all see the same things.
We have.
We've seen the same things. But it was her, and I was like, yes, this is the only thing that fits. So once I'd seen her, and I'd because I initially thought it was just purely the vaccine doing its thing. But once I'd seen her video, and I was like, right, okay, I'm going to the doctor, and I'm going to say, I think I've got this. Help me. GP just gave me probably the same drugs as you, the prochlorperazine, something else, something like antihistamines, I think.
Done that.
Yeah. And then he was just kind of like, well, I think it's just anxiety. No, it's just anxiety. I know that there was a physical attack on my system, and then it's changed since then. It's not just anxiety. Yeah. So I thought, right, I'm gonna have to go privately. I'm not gonna get any help from this guy. So I had a bit of my mum and dad, well, my mum's inheritance at that point, and I was like, she would want me to sort this out. So I used some of my inheritance money to go and see a neurologist privately. He was just like this, almost at a point of retirement, old guy, very long, traditional kind of doctor. And what I'd done is I'd actually made notes because I didn't know what was going on at the time. I'd made notes every day to say what I'd eaten, because I didn't know what's wrong with me at this point. What I'd eaten, what I'd been doing when I started to feel ill, to try and get a pattern to give him, for him to say, that's really helpful, thank you. But no, he took the list and he said, look how many pages of writing you've just given me. You're hypervigilant and introspective. You need to go to the Priory. And I was like, what? He said, listen, my dear. And he got his glasses like that and he went,
Oh.
You see this grey hair? See this grey hair? I've seen this a million times. It's the Priory you need, not neurology. I said, okay, fine. Well, can you just satisfy the fact I've just paid £200 to see you and just actually do a test on me? So he did some reflex testing on the knees and all that kind of thing, checked me for MS. And towards the end of it, he said, there's nothing, there's no vestibular pathology present. Those were his words. And I said, okay, I'm convinced that there is. So thanks, but no thanks. I shall go and see an audiologist and an ENT.
Mm.
So I went to the ENT next. They checked my inner ear. Nothing wrong with me. I said, I think it's PPPD. Never heard of it. The neurologist hadn't heard of it either, by the way.
Not many of them have.
No. So then I went from ENT. I thought, right, I've got to go to the top. Went to Harley Street, paid thousands of pounds. Thousands. And really, I could have just not done any of that. Just gone to the steady coach. She'd be like, yes, it's this, and this. Oh, right, okay, and this is what you need to do. Fine. But no, you go through this whole process. I even went and saw a psychiatrist. So I actually did go to the Priory in the end. Oh. I saw a psychiatrist who hadn't heard of PPPD, but he said the Priory, it's the best mental health hospital in the UK. Everyone's heard of it. And he said, okay, I don't know what PPPD is. He said, but we have a clinic for medically unexplained symptoms. I went, that's me. That's where I belong. And he said, okay, he said, I can get you in touch with a trauma therapist who understands the somatic stuff. I was like, okay. But again, it was more working on the understanding that this was to deal with the trauma. So I did all of the trauma work and I'm still in the same position. So after doing all of that work and spending all of that money, I eventually, long story short, I found out from Harley Street, yes, it was BPPV. It was likely caused by the vaccine. And this is what I've now got PPPD, and it requires a multi-prong approach to recovery, but I will recover. Yeah. Then they gave me a physiotherapist in London, who, by the way, if anybody's seen the Steady Coach's recovery videos, there was a recovery video with Anna. Anna was from London. I've actually got Anna's physiotherapist. So that gives a lot of confidence that she got Anna better so she can get me better. I've just got to get, like you said, about you've got to be in the right frame of mind. You've got to let the medication level out and be calm and slow down when you're doing it. Yeah, we're obviously both very empathic people or empathetic people. Mm-hmm. Both lost our mums. Both had a lot of stress all combined at one time. And the physical symptoms we're experiencing are very similar. Not many people that I talk to have the chest pain. Yeah. But you have the chest pain, it becomes a problem for you. That's your, when you do a somatic tracking exercise and you tune in, where do you feel the dizziness in your body? Is it in your chest or in your head or in the whole body?
The dizziness is in my head for sure. It's like around the front. I can focus on that. Okay. It was at the back at one point as well, which is weird, but most of the time it's around the front and the eyes sometimes. But I think that's just I'm tired because I'm overstimulated with like visually and stuff. But I have trapped emotions in places. I mean, I did one last night. Or was it this morning or some point? No, this morning. And it was basically I had loads of emotion around just below my heart and my gut, which I just had to focus on and sort of breathed into. It shrank. But as we said before, emotional things happen and you sort of breathe, you trap them for a while. I think it's because that's who we are. We're sentimental people and we take things to heart, and I think I take a lot to heart and sometimes it holds on to too much. And I have to just have a, release. But I can tap into that now, which is good.
That is good. You see, you are doing really well. You think you're not, but you are.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, yeah.
You are. You are.
Overall, it's been tough, for sure. But I'm in a better place than I am now. I know that. And I just got to keep focused, really.
Are you getting tight? I mean, you're doing your music thing, and obviously, do you feel better for doing that? Have you got like a good network of friends? Have you got, are you? I suppose we're going through similar things, but I don't think we're similar characters. I think we're quite different. But
you're crazy and I'm quiet.
Huh?
You're crazy and I'm quiet.
Yeah, I'm pretty crazy.
I'm joking. But yeah.
No, it's fine. It's a compliment. I don't want. I don't want to be normal. Massage has just gone off. God forbid. It's just like, as soon as I turn it on, it's like, yeah. This massage has actually, been the best investment I've made in a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah, I was going to say as well, like, as I was saying earlier, I think a personality thing is a big thing. And I think a lot of people here that are watching or they're in our position are overly nice. They try too hard to be overly nice. And sometimes, sometimes I wish I was an arsehole, as I said to you.
Why? Arseholes seem to get everywhere in life.
I generally, and I've always thought this, I generally feel like I was put on earth to help others, not like Jesus or anything like that, but like, or it was the way I was brought up. I mean, I don't know if I've said too much about my past, but I had some things in the past that were quite hard to deal with when I was a kid, which probably led to this as well. And then when I lost my mum and that, the same thing happened again. And I feel like I've been to dark places and I don't want other people to be there. And that's why that's why I'm doing this, basically. And I don't know. Maybe I'm too soft, but yeah.
No, it's a lovely quality to have. But
that's what, yeah. I mean, that's why I do music. Most of my songs that I write or recorded,
Oh God, I've lost him again. Right. Time for a tea break. Today's podcast is sponsored by Caliburn. Oh, here we go. Right, okay.
I got my mum there, and literally, I get interference on my phone.
You actually reminded me of Derek Acora, circa 2006, Most Haunted, when he gets taken over. Like, I thought you were going to come out with like Mary Loves Dick any minute.
You're right. Mary loves dick. Mary loves dick.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh God. Thank you for the inner child meditation. That was really powerful. Just, I've not cried that hard for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to keep doing that, but every now and again, like with any of these things, what the study coach says is don't be an A-class student, be a B-class student. So don't feel like you've got to do these things all the time. And
no.
But it's good to dip in and out of that one. I also found another meditation last night after that about connecting with a loved one that's passed. And it's a meditation, but it went on way too long. But I am going to try and do that just to see what happens. But again, it's because I'm being told that I need to do all the emotional stuff, but I'm not convinced I do. I think I've had so much therapy now, CBT, EMDR, psychotherapy, talking therapy, cognitive behavioural therapy. I'm just, I think I've been over therapized, and I just think that I just need to calm myself down and find that tool that's going to work.
Yeah.
Like I said to you Monday, that's where I'm at. And, you know, yeah, just getting leveled out on the medication. But at the moment, as we're talking, I've got this tension in my chest. I just want to tap it out. It's like this just pure build-up of energy in my chest.
Yeah.
And sometimes it feels like skin crawling, which is really uncomfortable. But yeah.
That's where you need to focus on that. Like do a bit of meditation. It doesn't even have to be a guided meditation. Just put on meditation music and just almost like using your third eye, just like focus on that feeling and get in that feeling. Because the more you focus on that feeling, you'll really feel it, which is weird. But you'll learn, once you start breathing into it, it'll relax it. I don't know how I've done that, but yeah, it's a nice feeling when it gets going. But,
see, you have mastered it. You have.
I wouldn't say I've completely mastered it. Well. I think it's just a learning thing, and I think the more you do it, the better you get. It's the same with mediumship for paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
Like literally, when I started doing that, I didn't believe in any of it. Well, I did because I'd seen stuff and I wanted to know what was going on. But yeah, the more you do that, the more energy you pick up on, type of thing. So I think it's the same. I generally think us as humans, I think we've dumbed down from the old days, and I reckon I won't say I believe in aliens, but something built the pyramids, and I don't think it was humans. And I think maybe we're an experiment or something, but for sure, we're more powerful than we actually believe we are now.
Yeah, of course, we are. Yeah.
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 So that's my.
Just not using our brains. We are dumbed down. I totally agree with you. We're not using our brains. Anyway, we could just go off down a rabbit hole, paranormal rabbit hole, couldn't we? So easily. Yeah. Obviously, this isn't the subject.
No, it's true. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that we should wrap up.
Yeah.
And you can.
Yeah, I will do. Now my phone's gone weird. Yeah, I'll edit it up and stuff and put it out for people and that.
Okay.
But it's been good.
But you're going to like the little ad breaks that I provided while you disappeared.
Oh no.
I was like, and now we cut to an ad break. And then I went,
I'll have fun with that then.
Today's podcast has been sponsored by Caliburn.
I'll have fun with that. I'll put a bit of music behind it for you and turn it into an actual advert. So I love editing videos and stuff. Oh, so anyway, yeah, it's been good. What now? Are we frozen? Nope, we're there. Are we
Not
there?
again.
No, I'm here.
Are you there? Are you there or not?
I am. Am I here? Am I here or not?
This is wigging me out.
Am I here or not?
Yeah.
Are you here? Can you hear me now? What? Can you hear me or not? You're winding me up, yeah?
Your internet.
Is it?
I'm gonna quit this. I'm gonna quit. Oh, hang on. You're back.
I was here the whole time. Can you hear me now? Have you gone quiet
It's
again?
all slow. It's out of sync.
What about now?
So you're speaking and then the video's catching up. Speak.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, it's working now. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you want?
I was just saying, can we have a chat off of live?
Yes. What now?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
What? WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye.